Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Unfortunately, we are back on the channel after a draw, 1-1 versus Fiorentina, and all the Juventini are angry. I am angry, we all are. Not because of that draw, because drawing, losing, winning, everything can happen in football, we know it, but it's the how that was annoying and that is frustrating and making all Juventini angry. In that video, we will split it in two parts. You know that the day after video are always with the same structure. The first part, Italian international papers to see what they are saying about our beloved Juventus. Inside the papers as well, going through the ratings of the players, understanding a bit the feeling, what happened yesterday. And then in that second part, we go to the tactical part. What we read. Is it also explained and showed into the stats? Yes or no? How did Juventus not play yesterday? I wanted to say play, but actually we didn't really play. So remain on the channel if you love these two parts. Guys, put a maximum of comments because I'm really interested in you, what you are writing. Respectfully, always respectfully, so that we can have constructive discussion, and maybe I can take some of these comments to put them in one of the next videos. But first of all, maximum of likes, subscribe to the channel. We start immediately with Tuttosport. We open it and we see that Tuttosport is saying maybe what we all want to say. Allegri, devi fare di più. Allegri, you have to do more. And this is a general feeling that we all have. What we saw yesterday is not enough from the team, but also from our coach. It's absolutely not enough. I said it yesterday during the live. In football, you have two different phases, not 50. You have two. You have the defensive phase and you have the offensive phase. The defensive phase yesterday, we have to admit that we did it perfectly. We understood how Fiorentina would play and we blocked them. On that one, we have to give some rewards and appraise the team because they did it perfectly. Also, thanks to an amazing Perin. We will speak about Perin in a second. But that part is structured, is really well organized, but we are missing the answers. And this is why we are all angry, because a team like Juventus can't just not accept only doing 50% of the job. We are going for the full 100%, defensive and offensive, and this is what the first page of Tuttosport was saying. Allegri, you need to do more. Italiano is not that happy because he's saying we lost 2 points yesterday. Probably if we see the possessions, the shots, or at least the attempts and so on, all the stats except of one, the offside. One offside for Juve, 0 for Fiorentina. But all the stats are on the part of Italiano. They lost 2 points, probably yes, because they were not able to win. They were not able to find the way in that defensive phase of Juventus. So on that one, I really want to praise Juventus because they didn't give them the chance to win. On the other hand, there are a lot of things that we didn't do well, and that's what we will start speaking about now, because if I want to stop on the beautiful things, there are not a lot. So Gazzetta dello Sport, double page, segna con Milik, a goal with Milik. We start scoring with Milik, we take the advantage, la Juventus in vantaggio with Milik, but then we disappear. We ghost the offensive phase. I tell you, yesterday we had for nearly 20 minutes, a bit more than 20 minutes, the possession of the ball, but only 3.18. So 3 minutes and 80 seconds in the opposition half. So from these 20 total minutes of Juventus having ball possession, only 3 minutes in the opposition half is absolutely a disaster. This is absolutely not what we are expecting from Juventus, especially if you see that from the moment that Milik touched one ball into the box, that ball was a goal. L'errore di Jovic salva Allegri. The mistake of Jovic is saving Allegri. My big question is, was it really a mistake from Jovic? Yes or no? We will discuss about that when we go to the chapter of Perin, because he need and he deserves a dedicated chapter. Juve, qui si è spenta la luce. Juventus, here the lights were shut down, because this is true. Juventus is not the first one. We start boom boom where Juventus, where you say mamma mia, Juventus is back. Juventus will master that game, will dominate that game. They will go with 1, 2, 3 goals, and after the first goal we stop everything. The show is over. We saw it in Spezia, we saw it yesterday in Firenze as well. They are speaking about a lot of things, also the comparison with the ex-Juve from Sarri, from Pirlo, and also from Allegri last year. We see that we have 9 points, the same points as Pirlo, 4 points less than Sarri, 4 points more than the first Allegri of last year. So we are in an average that nothing is lost at the moment. We continue, guys, because they are saying to Tosport that only 30 minutes doesn't suffice, and they are totally correct. I would even say 30 minutes are too much. We didn't hold 30 minutes. It was less than 30 minutes. And then Allegri, that was pissed off after the game. He said, I was really angry because we should have gone on the 2-0. Instead, we are finishing that game with a 1-1. We are missing character. We are missing that grinta. And I have to admit that at a certain moment, you are the coach of the team. You are there since more than 1 year. Allegri, we are expecting you to transmit a bit of that grinta, that character, that DNA of Juve to going to the fino alla fine, which we didn't see yesterday at all. We see that the ratings of Gazzetta dello Sport are quite harsh on Allegri with a 5, and they are totally correct. Moiskin with a 4.5. It's true, he entered and he didn't change the game. I don't agree with a 4.5. I will explain you later why. A 7, man of the match for Juventus from Perin with a really beautiful save on a penalty, but not only that. Not only a save of penalty, also a beautiful save towards the end of the game. Perin is one of the most informed men of Juventus after these 5 match days. There are a lot of 5s for a lot of players, like McKennie that absolutely didn't do well. Locatelli didn't do well. What about the other good players? Milik did well. Then a 5.5 on Paredes, which I didn't really agree on. I show you why the save on penalty from Perin was absolutely not luck. Watch the trailer and then we continue with the other part of the video. Clearly, Jovic, he took 3 penalties the last time. 1, 2, 3. Or he's going central, or he's going on the right side of the goalkeeper. So hopefully, Perini knows that he has to go to the right side. If he goes to the right side, there are a lot of chances that he's taking that penalty. Jovic against Perin. Yes! 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 He missed it! 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 Grande! Grande Mattia! Grande Mattia! Mamma mia! Grande Mattia! I don't know if he touched it or not, but anyway, he missed it! Sì! Eh sì! Eh sì! Eh sì! Eh sì! Eh sì! I knew he was about to shot there! I tell you, the stats are not lying, and Perini knew! He knew! He knew about it, because he was studying it! It's not a destiny! It's not a destiny! Everything is planned, everything is studied! So we spoke about Perin. It was absolutely not a miracle. It was not chance, because these penalties are studied before the game. And luckily he did, because he touched that ball and he put it on the post. Luckily we did 1-1 thanks to Perin. Which other players were doing quite well? Milik yesterday. It was a player that we discussed so much that we didn't want at Juve. Look at what he's doing. He's playing quite well. Yesterday, one of the best match. Milik, that's playing his 3rd game with Juventus, the first one from a starter already. 2 goals for him, beautiful average. If he can continue like that, we are all happy. Stopping a bit about Paredes. Paredes did a good game according to me. At least we saw some flashes of good games of Paredes. It's a beautiful invitation. Invitation to see more of Paredes. If we go into statistics a bit more clear from Paredes, we see that in terms of heat map, he was holding the position that he needed to hold. So a real regista, touching 44 balls yesterday, which was absolutely not that bad, because when he was touching it, he had a really beautiful percentage of accuracy, 88% of accuracy in his passes. The other players were Di Maria, because Di Maria is at risk for Paris Saint-Germain. A lot of people were asking themselves, what about Di Maria, Beppe? Will he play versus Paris Saint-Germain? Was he subbed off because he had an injury or not? Di Maria, we knew that he didn't have 90 minutes in the leg. That means that he was planned to go out after 45, maximum 60 minutes. After 45 minutes, he was not able to do it. He's maybe at risk because he's not 100% informed for Paris Saint-Germain that we are playing on Tuesday. Not only him, also Danilo that yesterday we were seeing suffering, but also Rabiot that was not present. So other players that could potentially miss the already really difficult game of Paris Saint-Germain. We continue now and we enter that tactical part. I will try to go really fast before speaking about also Napoli, Lazio, Milan, and Inter. We see that Juventus, they started the game with a 4-3-3, but in reality, if we are looking at the average position of the players, we see that that block of players were really compact and really low, what you are absolutely not expecting, and we did the same mistakes that we did last year. So that means all the players lower than the midfield, except of Kostic. If you want to see even more from where I took these data, you can see the Opta files, the Opta stats that are showing that Juventus in purple was really in their half, and all Fiorentina except of the two central defender were in our half, something absolutely not acceptable. You see it also 48% of the time Fiorentina was playing in the final third, and this is absolutely not a beautiful sign. We saw it. Allegri tried to change it at a certain moment, entering with Moiskin and with Miretti, and you see the number 18 in purple and the 20 in purple that are playing a bit more higher than the other ones that started the game. So we tried, but unfortunately we didn't see it. The position was there, but the ball was not reaching these players, and that's why I believe that putting a 4.5 like Gazzetta did for Moiskin was absolutely not deserved. A lot of people were asking, Beppe, what about Vlahovic? Why didn't he play? I believe personally, if I see these stats and these average position, that Vlahovic would not have changed at all the game. We see that Juventus, they tried to play on the left, on the right, and in the middle for the offensive phase. Unfortunately, they were absolutely not present. Absolutely not a lot. Only with 4 shots on, or with 4 attempts for Juventus. You see how thin the purple lines are, and then you see the one of Fiorentina that also they change from the left, on the right, and in the middle. But look at how big the arrows are for Fiorentina. So you see that Juventus, they tried left, right, and the middle, but absolutely not enough. 4 shots, only 1 on target, the goal of Milik. And then you see Fiorentina with 17 attempts, 5 on target, 12 different players took their chance. 12 different players took their chance. They were not really dangerous, yes, but they tried. And that's why they how did they arrive and all this shot? It was thanks to one big player from Fiorentina called Amrabat that is playing better and better. Every single game is becoming better, and we saw it yesterday. He touched 92 balls, followed by Dodo with 90. So you see how many balls these guys were touching with a pass accuracy of 90%. If you are looking at our first real midfielder touching the balls, it was Paredes with 44. Absolutely not enough if your name is Juventus. We finish with Serie A. Due Diavoli, 2 devils. Who are they speaking about? About Leao, that yesterday did an amazing Derby della Madonnina, scoring 2 goals, winning 3-2 for Milan, and then Napoli with Kvaratskhelia scoring also him the winning goal of the 2-1 versus Lazio. Also there, and Lazio didn't receive a penalty. According to me, it was totally right, but Napoli and Milan were playing better, and they were deserving to win. Stra Leao from Gazzetta dello Sport, Super Leao, they are saying with a big page on him, and then they are speaking about Juve, that Juve is not accelerated again. They are stopping again in Firenze. What are the ranking? It's Napoli with 11 points, Milan with 11 points, waiting for Atalanta and Roma that could potentially go at +4 from Juventus, going at 13. So hopefully they can't win, so that we are really still, even with the bad result that we have, still attached to that really high top of the ranking. This was it for me, guys. I'm not happy. We have to change. Paris Saint-Germain is in 2 days. It's on Tuesday. And then focus on the next game of Serie A versus Salernitana. Grazie. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Grazie, forza. Juve.